All right, Shalom. All right, we good. Let's get after it. Shalom. All right, we good to go. Shalom. Let's jump into it.
George Knapp has submitted these letters to the committee under oath, essentially. This is now part of this committee's congressional record.
He talks about dozens of engagements between the Russian military and UAP.
This is new in just the last couple of days. He says, according to people in Russia who he met with, a program director there, they had a whole UFO program that they talked to him about that was going on in the 90s. A man named Boris Sokolov was in charge of the program.
Study lasted 10 full years. Thousands and thousands of reports came in, and some of them were really spectacular. And I was allowed to not only see the documents, but to bring a lot of them back.
So basically, you're talking with a guy who headed a UFO program in Russia, one of the probably the top dogs for the UFO study. Do you think he was one of the top dogs?
He was the top dog.
He was the top dog of UFO studies in Russia during the Cold War.
For a whole 10-year period.
And you're sitting down having dinner with his family because you just had a hunch maybe you'd be able to get something good.
And he showed us some things. He said there were 40 different incidents in those 10 years where Russian warplanes were chased after UFOs. The UFOs would appear in the sky or on radar. They sent the warplanes after them to shoot them down. A standing order was given to our pilots to chase UFOs and to shoot if necessary. There were 40 cases in which our pilots chased UFOs, tried to shoot. In most cases, the UFO would speed up and get away. But in 3 cases, the pilots crashed. 2 of them died. After that, the order was given that pilots who see UFOs should change course and get out. All pilots agreed. In effect, we concluded that the UFOs had, quote, incredible capacities for retaliation. Don't shoot them. They will blow your ass out of the sky. This is what they did. They gave us photos of a couple of the planes that had gone down and other planes that had collided with UFOs in midair. And their wings are broken. So, man, this is gold. This is great stuff.
Have those photos?
I do.
March 1991, radar at the Leningrad airport detects first 1, then 2, then 3 unidentified objects hovering over a nuclear plant. From a dead stop, the UFO zipped away at 2,000 miles per hour. The Urals, 1976. A photographer clicks this shot and later provides a more detailed drawing. May 1992. A military team in the Kola Peninsula tapes this spinning object. In Tbilisi, a crew shooting a music video spots this overhead. Today, average Russians are free to discuss UFOs, but it wasn't always so. Through the 50s and 60s, the Kremlin declared UFOs a capitalist creation, thus a non-topic. But behind the scenes, Stalin and other leaders authorized secret UFO studies. Retired Colonel Boris Sokolov commanded such a study for 10 years. The study included 40 incidents of Russian warplanes encountering UFOs. One MiG had its wing damaged in a collision with a UFO.
All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit of the Rakakwadash. And I titled this show, The Fullness of His Sufficiency at the Height of Nuclear War. And it's spiritual, you know. We were bringing it out at camp, and I was thinking about it like, as this man is planning on coming down upon the whole world, which he is at the height of his power, all right, we're also at the same time at the height of nuclear war. You see what I'm saying? So as this man, as these devils are boasting in their so-called glory and their power and wickedness, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is preparing to take this devil down. So it's all spiritual, you know. So I wanted to get into that And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So real quick, right? Because what we seen here, or what we saw in this video, was called a show of force, as I learned from one of the brothers, you know. All right. So this term is called a show of force. It says the definition here. It says a show of force. It says a display of one's power, influence, or capability to cause harm, as you heard in the video. All right. Pilots were killed, you know, trying to get into a fight with the UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. The capability to shut down their nuclear systems. You know, basically Esau is confounded. All right. As you hear about the testimony from the Russians and also these American Edomites. All right. They're confounded at the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, but this is all a show of force. So it says a display of one's power, influence, or capability to cause harm, right? Meant to act as a warning, or deterrent to others, man. So the Lord is literally revealing his hand. He's revealing the power. All right. We're about to see, you know, glorious things take place on the earth within our power, Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is revealing his hand. The angels, things are going on, things are happening. Right? Isaiah 47:3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And we're in the time of the complete exposure of Esau and his system. All right. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see that? So the Lord is coming back in pure power. All right, with the heavenly host. This is Job chapter 37 in verse 23, and it reads, it says, touching the Almighty, Yahweh Shema Shai, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and in plenty of justice he will not afflict. Now, it says we cannot find him out. All right, as we're seeing the magnificent things that the Lord is doing throughout the heavens, how the Lord is literally, you know, toying with Esau's military. All right, they're causing the heathen to become confounded. All right, the capability, the power of the so-called UFOs. Right, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and in plenty of justice he will not afflict. Verse 24 says, men do therefore fear him. Right, so all of these disclosures, all right, and they're literally going live on certain news platforms right now, and they're talking about the whole UFO biologics and shit like that. You know, the basically the cover up. You know, he's trying to forward his narrative of what's actually going on. You know, he hasn't recovered any UFO parts. You know, he hasn't he doesn't have the technology that he stole from the UFOs, none of that shit. All right, because there's a lot of information that's coming out about the chariots of the Lord, you know, the power, the things that are happening. As scriptures told us in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, that the end will come with effects and signs. Right? Job 37:24 says, men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart. And Esau, going back to his pride, right? Going back to his pride. All right. He thinks that he's ready. They're ready to implement their final plans of global takeover. All right. Him getting rid of Israel. All right. Getting rid of the Israelites. So it's time for Yahweh Shema Shai to stand up. That's why this is spiritual. That's why I wanted to bring this out, because it's all happening simultaneously, man. Right at his height, he's feeling himself, right? You know how I go, right? When a nigga start to smell himself, that fall is hard. You see what I'm saying? This is Psalms 145, verse 10. And it reads, it says, all thy works shall praise thee, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power. And this is what the saints would be doing. We started with the prophets, man. All right. We're speaking about the glory of the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shema Shai is coming to usher in the kingdom of heaven. He's coming back with pure power and glory. All right. We're speaking about the power. All right. The right hand. It says to to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts. Yeah. All right. The world, you heathen, are being made known of the mighty acts of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says in the glorious majesty of his kingdom, right? I'm going to touch this word here from mighty acts. All right. That word mighty acts. Okay, that Hebrew word is looks like gabar ra'ah. Gabar ra'ah. All right. It says might, strength, power, mighty acts, strength, might, valor, bravery, mighty deeds of power. All right. So the world is witnessing the mighty deeds. Esau's military power structure, if you will, was witnessing his strength. All right. They're witnessing the Lord's power, going back to that show of force, right? You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is letting Esau know that you can't fuck with him. All right. They like the Edomite said on the panel, there's nothing we can do. They have the ability to move through the heavens and, you know, shapeshift and, you know, moving at forces of 2,000 miles per hour, and they can just change flight. You know, there's nothing they can do. Show of force, a display of one's power, influence, or capability to cause harm. And that's what the chariots are going to do. They're going to cause harm. They're going to cause destruction, man. All right. They're going to judge. All right. This is the curse that goes forth over the face of the whole earth. It says meant to act as a warning or a deterrent to others, man. So the Lord is getting ready to do away with this place. This is why these elites, all right, going back to this point, this is why we're right now, we're at the height of his power. We're at the fullness of his sufficiency, man. All right. He set himself up in his heart, in his own heart, that he is the most high. God doesn't exist. We are God. We're going to attain spiritual power. We're going to live forever. You know, so this is how we know that we're at the destruction is at the door. This man is about to fall extremely hard, man. Right? This is Job. Let me go there. You know, this is all spiritual. This is happening. We're at the end of this thing, man. This is really happening. All right. This is let's start up a little bit. This is the book of Job. Excuse me. This is the book of Job, chapter 20. And I'll start at verse 19 here. And it reads, it says, because he have oppressed and forsaken the poor. And who is the poor? All right. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics, you will represent the poor of the earth, man. It says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. All right. And this is how basically he's gained the planet earth through rape, robbery, and murder, pillaging. All right. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save. He should not save of that which he desire. Right. He's not going to be able to save his kingdom. He's not going to be able to save himself. All right. His destruction is being presented before him. All right. He's getting ready to meet his ultimate demise. It says, verse 21, it says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods, meaning the Lord is going to get, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to completely get rid of his substance. All right. It says the point, verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, a position of difficulty, man. We're at the fullness of his sufficiency, man. The height of his NWO, him boasting in his power, right? They're declaring they're gods, all right? They're going to rule the planet Earth under Satan, man, through his technology, all right? The beast system that's speaking, all right? They think they're going to win. We're at the height of this thing, man. It says, verse 22 again, it says, Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. This is how we know the Lord is revealing himself. He's revealing the power, the angels. They're manifesting themselves more and more. He shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And this is dealing with the Israelites. All right. The people, the laborers, as the apostle was breaking it down. All right. To prove that, let's jump into that. All right. Let's go to the commentary real fast. Right. This is heavy. Just reading some commentary on that verse. Right. right here. The Jameson Fawcett Brown Bible commentary. I'm going to read these two in the Matthew pool. So it says, verse 22 in Job 20:22, it says, shall rather he is filleth straighten. The next clause explains in what respect, right? So it says the wicked. It says, rather the whole hand of the miserable whom he had repressed, all right? The poor, all right? It says, cometh upon him, namely the sense of his having oppressed the poor. Now in turn comes with all its power, hand on him. All right. So now, all right, because we're in a time where the Lord is going to raise up Jake, man. All right. He's going to give Jake that power. He's going to allow 2/3 to start getting busy. We're in a time where the Lord is going to raise Jake up, man. The poor, the afflicted, the oppressed, right? It says, let's read it again. It says, wicked, rather the whole hand of the miserable whom he had oppressed come up upon him, right? And not only Jake, you got the nations rising up, man. All right, you got the heathen nations. The Lord's putting the spirit of war to come against Edom as well. It says, namely, the sense of his having oppressed the poor. Now, in turn, comes with all his power, hand on him, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, this caused his straightened feeling even in prosperity, right? Because we're at the height of his prosperity, his sufficiency. All right. It says here in the Matthew pool, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, i.e., the height of prosperity, right? Is he not at the height of prosperity? Right? Is he not getting ready to push the C hip? Is he not forwarding his enterprise? Is he not boasting in his pride right now? You know, all the videos you brothers have seen of the, you know, the WEF, you know, the what's his name, the Mo, Yuval Noah Harari, Klaus Schwab, all them niggas, man. They're just on the platform speaking boldly as ever, right? Like as if they're gonna win this thing, man. You see, it's not gonna go down like that, man. You know, it says, reading this again, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, i.e., the height of prosperity in abundance, right? This man has everything, the world, in the palm of his hand. It says, he shall be distressed and tormented, either by the horrors of an unquiet mind and a guilty conscience, right? And that's why these Edomites are losing it. All right. They know that they're coming to meet their end, their demise. All right. They know they don't got a lot of time left. They see Jake raising up. The prophecies are coming to pass. Right. They're losing sleep. Right. It says, either by the horrors of an unquiet mind and guilty conscience, which makes him every moment expect divine vengeance to fall upon his head. See, the elites know that. They know what's about to happen, man. They know Yahweh Shai is coming. They see the force. Okay, they're hearing the prophecies. Isaiah 13, man, the word has gone up to the gates of the nobles, man. They know what's coming. All right, which makes him every moment expect divine vengeance to fall upon his head, or rather, because of the sudden and unexpected assault of other men combining against him. So it's heavy. The Lord raising up Jake. He raising up the nations, right? Everybody's coming against him. It says, in the spoiling of all his goods, as it follows. So this was going to happen. He's trying to hang on, right? The scriptures told us that. Let me go there real fast, right? He in scramble mode, man. They got to do everything they can in their power to try to fully roll this thing out, all right? Straight to the point. Job 18:14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, right? As we read the commentary, the unquietness in his mind, the guilt of a guilty conscience, all right? You know, he knows that he knows his end is coming. His confidence should be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, Yahweh Shai. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. How did he gain the world? All right, off of robbery and murder, man. Theft, deception, you know. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation, which is going to be those missiles, man. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above his branch shall be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. This is the end of Esau, man. Right? He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. There you go. And who's this he? This is talking about the wicked Esau. He should be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. So now everybody's coming against him. This is the time, man. The world is raising up against him. This is the end. Right when he thinks he has it is the point. Let's see if there's a little bit more to read. In the Lord's will, you brothers and sisters that's tuning in, you following me, it's all spiritual. It says, every hand of the wicked who lives by injury in the spoiling of others and by God's providence are directed to fall upon him, or of the laborer whose wages possibly he have detained, or of such are in trouble or misery. You see that? This is dealing with Jake. You see? Let's go there. Right? This is James chapter 5. Okay. We might as well start at the top. Okay, this is James chapter 5. Bear with me one moment. Salakia. All right, here we go. So this is James, this is James chapter 5, verse 1, and it reads, it says, go to now, you rich men. All right. So this message is directly at the elite. All right. It says, go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth eaten. All right. Going back to the fact that this dollar bill is worthless. All right. It's not backed by anything. And we're at the point where these nations are getting ready to take down the petrodollar anyway. All right. To implement the global, digital currency. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have reaped treasure together for the last days. So this is it. The point, verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers, all right, which we were just reading in the commentary, how these very laborers are going to be raised up, and they're going to fall upon his head. Okay, it says, behold, the hire of the laborers, which are the Israelites, who have reaped down your fields, right? We built this society, man. All right. Off the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, our ancestors, man, our forefathers. It says, which is of you kept back by fraud, which is pretty much this system. All right. This is known as the pit. Okay. America, bitter. All right. Fraud, slavery, genocide, man. Redlining, oppression, injustice, corruption. All right. The curses, man, that Jake suffers in this system, which is kept back by fraud, crieth. So now these very laborers are crying. And who are they crying to? And the cries of them which are reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. All right. The Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies, man, which is what? The heavenly host. Right.
Strong's G 4519. Sabaoth. Sabaoth.
Lord of Sabaoth, Lord of the armies of Israel, the heavenly host, the angels, man, as those who are under the leadership and protection of Yahweh maintain his cause in war. All right. And we're at war, man. War has been declared. All right. We're at war with these damn devils, man. Okay. He's declared that. Okay. And that's part of the wrath that he's coming down with, man. But as this is happening, the Lord is raising up power, man. Things are happening. All right. The angels. All right. He's getting ready to fall. The nuclear war. The nation's getting ready. The armies, the troops are being gathered. Okay. You see all the tension that's going on through America, the political and racial divide. All right. So everything is being set up for the collapse. Once again, we are at the fullness of his sufficiency. We're right there. He shall be in straits. Okay. So right when he's about to relish in his prosperity, all right, he's going to be in a position of difficulty. He's going to fall. He's going to get destroyed. He's going to be cast down. Right. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly. Right. Imagine that. Right. You sitting at the dinner table like the apostles always give the analogy. Esau, he at the dinner table. He about to cut into that medium rare steak. He about to cut into that bloody ass steak to fill his belly, right? Right when he's about to eat, it says, Yahweh Shema Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating. So right when he about to cut into that bloody ass steak, right when he thinks that he's the most high, he about to really, persecute the world, it's gonna be the end of his ass. Okay, so we're there. If you in the spirit, you see it. Angels, World War III, the tension, the height of nuclear war, all that is happening. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. The missiles, the ICBMs, man, which is going to completely destroy his empire, man. This system. It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his galls. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Your tabernacle is your house, right? It said it shall go ill with him because he's going to be completely annihilated, man, by the missiles and by the chariots of the Lord. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. You see how all of this is tying back? The earth is rising up. So right when he's rising up in pride, as he's being risen up in pride, the earth is rising up against him. You see? It says the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Right? Complete destruction. The Lord is going to melt his kingdom with the fire. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High, right? And his heritage is going to be desolation, destruction. This is the portion of a wicked man. All right. This is the portion of the cup that he has to drink, right? The inevitable, Habakkuk 2:7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. All right. Booties meaning a spoil. All right. Esau is going to become a spoil to the nations, man. You see? And they're rising up against them suddenly. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. All right. So this is what he's going to get in return. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city and of all that dwell therein. So this is payback, man. This is recompense. All right. As we read in the commentary, man, all this is getting ready to fall upon his head. All right. Let's read that part again. This is heavy. All right. Matthew Poole's commentary says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, i.e., the height of prosperity and abundance. He shall be distressed and tormented, either by the horrors of an unquiet mind and guilty conscience, which makes him every moment expect divine vengeance to fall upon his head. He knows what's going to happen. Okay. This is why Revelation, the 6th chapter, what did it say? That the chief captains of the earth, the rulers thereof, what did they went to do? They went to go hide themselves in the caves and the holes of the rocks to hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, the Lamb. It says, expect divine vengeance to fall upon his head, or rather because of the sudden and unexpected assault of other men combining against him, and the spoiling of all his goods as it follows. All right. So it's going to happen. There's no escaping. Right. Let's get this too. Right. So I want to add a little bit more here, man, because, just looking at the parallels through the spirit. Right. So I want to play this clip here. This is entitled here. This is from The Hill. It says UFOs are future humans, warning about nuclear war. Theories floated amid UAP excitement. Right. These are the angels of Yahweh Shema Shai. So let's just play a little bit,
Your new op-ed, Hill opinion contributor Merrick von Rennenkampf noted that in May, NASA's UAP study team held its first public meeting, and according to the director of the Pentagon's UFO office, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the most common observations of the UAPs are of spheres, 3 by 13 feet in size, and white, silver, or translucent in color. This was out of the 800 reports received by his office by late May.
On what these objects could be, the jury's still out, but journalist Raj Kolthart, who interviewed UFO whistleblower David Grush, said they could be future humans. Shout out to Twitter/X user Neoliberal Tears for resurfacing this clip from the Theories of Everything, Consciousness, Free Will, and God podcast. Let's watch.
I've been exploring in recent months is more complex, and I've already spoken about this to some extent, so I will say it involves the notion of future human time travel. And look, it's only hypothetical. I'm not saying it's real, but if what I'm being told about that is true, then yeah, I would be somber too.
Why is that somber? Why is the fact or the potential that it might be humans in the future terrifying?
Because of what it, well, I think I wouldn't be giving too much away if I said that. You think about it. Why, since 1947, has there been a phenomenon taking an interest in the human race, particularly in nuclear weapons? Why is something or someone apparently trying to send us a message about nuclear weapons? Why is it that nuclear weapons are being shut down by what Slide 9 refers to as remote sensor disassembly? What's it trying to say? What's coming? Imagine if, and I'm only speaking hypothetically here, imagine if future humans knew that if we continue on the path we're going, there's going to be a nuclear war or a conflagration of some time.
All right, let's call this the Terminator theory. Someone's coming back from the future to keep us from destroying ourselves. What do you make of this?
I operate under the time travel rules that you can't actually change anything by going into the past. You'll just cause whatever you were trying to prevent. These are the rules of time travel. So this is not Back to the Future rules where you can change things and like the photograph starts to melt in front of you as you change things, which doesn't make any sense. These are lost time travel rules where they go back in time on the island, but it turns out all the things that happened over the course of the island's history they were just involved with them and they happened that way. And that's the way you do time travel.
Okay, well, many other people believe that when you change time, you create multiple alternative timelines,
like the Avengers.
Right. So anyway, I wanted to play that first part of that clip because, as we enter into this World War III, this is why these things are being seen. All right. Before the destruction hits, the Lord is going to continue to reveal his power, at the same time as Esau thinks that he's about to, fully cement his enterprise, man. This NWO, this technocracy, man, this transhuman society, all right, his vision of a new world, all right? So we're there. Things are about to go down, man. So this is what we're watching out for, right? This is Joel 3 and Joel 3 and 9, and it reads, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, which that's the spirit that's going on in the planet Earth as we speak, all right? The nations of the world are preparing for war. It says, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up as the Lord is putting that spirit on these nations to do. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So the mighty ones are coming down. The angels. Why? Because what? World War III is about to pop off. All right. We're in the time of what? Destruction and salvation. All right. The purpose of the chariots. Okay. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh judges. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So that particular region out there in the Middle East, all right, is where all the action is going to take place, where the Lord is going to judge all the nations round about. He said, my determination is to gather the nations, man. Right. So as this is happening, we're also seeing the angelic forces of the Lord is my point. Right. 2 Ezra 13. All right, let's jumping down straight to the point. All right, so this is Isaiah 13. I keep saying Isaiah. 2nd Ezra 13 in verse 29, and it reads, it says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. All right, so we are in them days. All right, chariots have been appearing over brothers' camps. Heavy, man. All right, chariots are just revealing themselves over brothers, man. Because we're in those days when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, right? Brothers are seeing the chariots. Chariots are popping up on these heathen military bases, you know, causing terror to Esau. All right, Esau feeling himself. He thinks that he's God. He's about to implement this thing. You know, it's all happening all at the same time, man. You know, exciting times, man. It says, exciting and heavy times. It says, he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Right. They're seeing the miraculous works and wonders now. People are like, yo, people are bugging out. All right. Esau's putting that narrative out there like there's you know, short, green, bug-eyed aliens and shit, man. He's trying to cover shit up. You know, people are seeing these things. They're seeing the chariots in 4K. Quality footage, man. It ain't that black and white shit no more. All right? People are seeing things, man. The point, verse 31, it says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, which we're seeing, the division, all right? The war, the civil war, all that, the rebellion, all that is brewing up. One city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, right? The spiritual realm, the spiritual realm is getting ready to meet this physical realm, right? It's happening. It says, and at that time, and at the time shall be, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. Then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending, man, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is coming back in that massive fathership, right, which the whole world is going to see. Isaiah 19 and 1, and it reads, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai rideth upon a swift cloud. All right, that's that fathership. It shall come into Egypt, spiritual Egypt, America, Babylon, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, right? So when the Lord appears on the scene, that's pretty much all she wrote, you know? But that's pretty much the point of the lesson, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I wasn't too all over the place. Just something I was thinking about, man. Like, we're at the height of everything going on right now. War, civil unrest, the complete breakdown of America. All right. The revealing of the chariots, the Lord coming back. All right. The CHIP, martial law, lockdowns, right? We're right here. So I pray this lesson was edifying. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. That's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. Shalom. Shalom.